After a frustrating final season at West Ham, new Tottenham signing Mohammed Kudus is looking to rediscover the glittering form that made him one of European football's hottest properties just 2 summers ago. The Ghanaian completed his €55 million move to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium on a long-term contract on Thursday. Kudus was the subject of huge interest from Premier League clubs in summer 2023 after a string of eye-catching displays in Ajax's 2022-23 Champions League campaign. The Dutch giants were eliminated at the group stage, but Kudus set up 6 goals in as many appearances, including a stunning effort off the underside of the bar in a 2-1 defeat against Liverpool at Anfield, catching the eye of Chelsea, Arsenal and Brighton, among others. It was West Ham, though, who won the race to sign the Ghanaian, who wasted little time in recapturing the form of his final year in the Netherlands, plundering 8 goals and 6 assists in the league in an excellent debut season under David Moyes. Named the Premier League's best newcomer by Sky Sports pundit Gary Neville at the end of the campaign, Kudus also won West Ham's Goal of the Season award for his magnificent solo effort against German club Freiburg in the Europa League. His second season with the Hammers, however, was underwhelming to say the least. Kudus struggled to adapt to Graham Potter's wing-back system after the Englishman succeeded Julen Lopetegui in January 2024. His final day effort against already relegated Ipswich Town, one of only 2 efforts under the former Brighton boss. He was often deployed as a striker by Potter and only rarely featured wide on the right, arguably his best position, but one in which West Ham already have skipper Jarrod Bowen. The Ghanaian attempted the most dribbles in the Premier League for the second season running in 24-25, 198, compared to 281 the season before, but his success rate dropped from 55.9% to 47%. He was also much less effective off the ball last term, winning back possession on 148 occasions compared to 298 times in his debut campaign. Perhaps his most telling contribution, if you can call it that, in his final year with the Hammers, came in a 4-1 defeat against Spurs last October, when he was sent off for kicking out at defender Mickey van de Ven and raising his hands to both the Dutchman and midfielder Pape Sarr. Kudus, who was subsequently handed a 5-match ban, later said he was deeply embarrassed by his actions. Kudus can add attacking threat to Spurs either from the right flank, cutting inside, or from a more central position, explains former West Ham assistant Edu Rubio. He is very versatile, and like Brian Mbeumo, who became a very effective and important player for Thomas Frank at Brentford, can add goals, pace and work rate when pressing high. Kudus can add an aggressive high-press style, since his approach to closing down the man on the ball is exceptional. He is rapid, intense and effective with it. He can add goals into the squad too. He can be a game-changer. He just needs to find that consistency needed at the top. He fits Thomas's 4-3-3 and 3-5-2, and also the manager's desire to have quick and direct attacks when possible. Therefore, I believe Kudus can reach his potential and the consistency under a manager like Frank. He may need to improve his variation on decision-making when on the ball, especially when playing centrally, as he tends to get more exposed there and lose more possession easily. Overall, he can add goals, work rate off the ball, uniqueness and pour desire and character into the squad. He is a very exciting player. Kudus is perhaps the most notable graduate of Ghana's Right to Dream Academy, which was founded in 1999 by Manchester United's former head scout in Africa, Tom Vernon. The academy, which purchased Danish top-flight side FC Nordsjælland in 2015, also counts former Southampton winger Kamaldeen Sulemana among its alumni. Kudus, who was just 12 when he started his journey at Right to Dream, used to idolize former Bayern Munich and Liverpool midfielder Sadio Mane as a youngster, telling West Ham's official website in 2019, "I like players who entertain the fans and want to score. I know there's a lot at stake, but it's a sport at the end of the day, and it's entertainment, so I like players that get fans off their seats." One of 3 Right to Dream prospects to make the move to Nordsjælland in 2018, Kudus was handed his senior bow just 3 days after his 18th birthday. His first goal against Brøndby in March 2019, a smart finish at the near post after the youngster had started the move by chasing down a long ball, was a sign of things to come. 9 efforts in 21 league appearances the following season earned him a move to Ajax, but knee and rib injuries restricted him to only 33 league appearances and 5 goals in 2021 and 21-22. He started the following campaign with a point to prove, and he made it impressively, with 25 goal involvements across 42 appearances in all competitions, convincing West Ham to part with £38 million for his services. Despite a disappointing second season at London Stadium, new Spurs boss Frank clearly feels the 24-year-old will prove a valuable addition to an attack which scored 64 times in the league last term, as many as 4th-place Chelsea and the 7th highest tally in the division. Daniel Levy has often been criticised by Tottenham fans for a perceived lack of investment in the playing squad, but when the chairman does do business, it is rarely with the club's London rivals. Kudus is the first player to move between West Ham and Tottenham since August 2011, when Scott Parker signed for Spurs following the Hammers' relegation from the Premier League. You have to go back even further for the last transfer between Spurs and Chelsea, who have not struck any deals since goalkeeper Carlo Cudicini moved from Stamford Bridge to White Hart Lane in January 2009. Former France international defender William Gallas was the last player to move across North London from Spurs' fierce rivals Arsenal, joining on a free transfer in August 2010. The only other West Ham player to join Spurs in the past 20 years was backup goalkeeper Jimmy Walker, who failed to make a first-team appearance under then-manager Harry Redknapp after signing in 2009. Former England internationals Michael Carrick and Jermaine Defoe both moved from Upton Park to White Hart Lane in 2004, while striker Frédéric Canute joined Tottenham from the Hammers in 2003.